All right, let's crush a Fibble. Fibble's the wordle game that lies to you once a line, and I'm going to take my time and sort of talk through the logic today because somebody asked me the other day how it works. If you ever want to know how a game works, just leave a comment asking about it, and I'm happy to make a video about it. But if not, I'm going to try and speedrun them and do them as fast as I can. All right, so Fibble. We got one lie in this wordle. A lot of people look at my Fibble videos and are like, wait, why are there letters on the board that have color? Because they're not in the final word, and that's because there's a lie every line. So probably the R is lying. There probably just isn't an R in the word, and one of these gray letters. None of these gray letters are in the word, and the R isn't in the word, but it's possible there is an R in the word, and we also have one of these gray letters, which is confusing. And you can kind of just put a bunch of letters. My strategy typically is to put a bunch of letters in and just sort of hopefully get a little information out of it and then force the lies out of the thing. So I'm going to go point here, which just gets us 5 new letters to put in there. We only get one letter at a point, so it's still possible that R and O could be lying to us, and we have no letters so far. So instead of trying to guess the word, because I don't know if any of these letters are in the word or not, I'm going to put 5 more letters in and hopefully get a little bit more information here. The only vowel I have left is U. I also could use a Y. Is sucky a word? Sucky is a word. Wow. So we're just not getting any help from this. This is actually could be a pretty good day to try to talk about Fibble because this looks like a very hard one. So I can hopefully talk through some of the logic. Well, obviously O and U can't both be green. So one of these is definitely lying. But this is the first time we've gotten 2 letters in the same word, so at least one of these letters has to be in the word. I think I'm actually going to try a UY word again because it's possible that the word could be UY and the Y could be lying and actually go in the 5th spot. I can definitely try all 4 of these letters in the same word, right? There's got to be a word that... Rowdy? Rowdy is spelled with a W, right? Okay. Is there not a word that has all 4 of these letters? Is it like yorn? Yorn! Awesome. I'm all yourn and you're all mine, right? I think that's a song by somebody. So somehow we don't really get any help out of this. R disappears. So R's probably not in the word. It could be. But at this point, if R is in the word, the rest of this stuff has to be true. So that's sort of the way the logic works. There can only be one lie in every line, which is also helpful. It's not just like there's a lie in every line. There has to be a lie in every line, and there's only one. So that logic ends up helping you out in the long run. So because R disappears, I can draw some conclusions from that. And if R is the lie, and R is actually in the word, then there can only be one lie, so the rest of the stuff would be true. So O stays consistent, and if O is actually telling the truth, that means that we need a lie from point. So one of these other letters would be in. I'm going to try young. I don't love it, but if the O is telling the truth, it's possible for the N to be in the word. Young is impossible because if there's a G in the word, we would need the R to be in the word. I'm just going to try this to test the same thing. Okay. So we get an interesting situation here where the Y and the O both changed colors in these 2 guesses. So one of these things is responsible for the lie each time. All right, so because of this little situation where Y changed and O changed, they both have to be lying once per line because there's no way for Y to be telling the truth both of these times, so it must be lying one of these times. And again, there can only be one lie per line. So because of that, what that tells you when you get a little square of truths and lies here is that the U is absolutely true. And what this also means is that O and Y are both definitely in the word. And because U is definitely true, U has to go in the middle, which means U definitely doesn't go second, which means Y is telling the truth here. So because we know that U is true here, we actually know that U is lying here, which is helpful. And because we know that either Y or O is lying here, we know that R has to be true here, which means that R is definitely lying here. So now we've proven lies from 2 of the guesses. So now we have a bunch of concrete information. We know that the rest of the stuff in both of these guesses is true. We know that S, C, K, L, A, G, E are all not in the word because we already have a lie from these lines. So it allows us to like make serious progress on the rest of the puzzle. So either both of these are green and the word starts Y-O-U. I think it could definitely be youth. I think the word is youth. Just to clarify. But the alternative would be that Y and O are both yellow and the greens are lying. But if the O is green, we need another lie from point. So that was how I worked through that logic. So right now I'm assuming Y and O are green. So I'm assuming this and this are lying, right? But if Y and O are green, then O is green here, and you need a lie from each line. So one of these letters has to be in the word. It could definitely be the T, and then the word could just be youth, which it is. All right. So a tricky one today, but I think a very good example for some of the logic that you can work through in this one. This is a really cool game, and it's tough to understand. So I can understand why some people shy away from it. Like, you have to be pretty good at Wordle to try to do these games because they're way harder than Wordle. But very, very fun logic game, in my opinion. There it is. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.